If you're watching this video, you probably have a bank account. Whenever you make a transfer or you spend money, there are some extra debit alerts you get. Those are bank charges. The bank offers you a service of keeping your money with them, and they charge you a small amount to maintain your account and also pay some fees. But is that amount really small, and how does it add up? You've probably had money in your account, and by the time you checked again, that money was 15 naira less or more than 15 naira less, and the money you've already planned for is less now. In this video, we'll go through every bank charge that may exist on your account and what you need to know about them. Without further ado, let's get to the video. Let us begin with probably the most popular one: ATM and card fees. Basically, these are fees that are incurred as a result of using an ATM card in Nigeria. Starting with withdrawals, there are on-site and off-site withdrawals. For on-site withdrawals, while withdrawals made from machines owned by your bank in their bank premises remains free, withdrawals made from other banks' ATMs will incur a cost. Every 20,000 naira you withdraw gets a charge of 100 naira. For off-site withdrawals, which are withdrawals that are made outside of banks, so these include malls, cash points, airports, etc., these withdrawals get the same 100 naira charge for every 20,000 naira you withdraw, plus an extra surcharge of 500 naira. This brings the total off-site withdrawal charge to 600 naira. Debit cards and credit cards incur maintenance fees, which is funny because Kelechi just sent me this tweet. It says, when Nigerian banks deduct money from your account for card maintenance, between me and you, who is maintaining the card? This is actually funny, but let me quickly explain it. While you are the one solely responsible for the maintenance and physical condition of your card, there's a lot more to the card than what you have in your wallet. Under the cover, the financial and payment system is a complicated web of infrastructure and communications that work together to ensure that your payment goes through. Both locally and internationally, what looks like a few buttons pressed and a matter of seconds for you to make a payment or withdrawal involves several steps and parties to respond to your request. With so many moving parts, your bank or card issuer needs to maintain this infrastructure and the relationships that keeps things running smoothly. Shout out to Mr. Easy. This is why you are charged a maintenance fee, and all this talk about fees remind me of one thing that is absolutely free, and that is subscribing to the channel. So if you're enjoying this video so far, make sure you subscribe, and if you want to see more finance content like this, hit the subscribe button and also hit the bell icon to turn on notifications so you'll be the first to know when we post videos like this. At the moment, the card maintenance fee is set at a quarterly charge of 50 naira for Naira debit cards that are linked to a savings account, and Naira cards that are linked to current accounts don't get charged maintenance fees, while foreign currency denominated cards get a charge of $10 per annum, or its equivalent in the currency. Now, still on the topic of maintenance, you may also have been debited for... So account maintenance fees are only charged for current account holders. You pay a fee set by the bank for simply having a current account. For some banks, at least for a bank like GT Bank, for every 1 million naira you pay, 1,000 naira is charged. So if you spent 50 million naira that month, your account maintenance charge would be 50,000 naira. So you see how that quickly adds up. There are still some nuances to this, and if you're a banker, please let us know how it works for your bank in the comments below. I think for some people you can actually negotiate this amount, but I'm not a banker, so if you are one, let's chat in the comments. And while we're on this topic, here's a fun fact. Reports claim that Nigerian Tier 1 banks collected a total of 755.61 billion naira in fees and commissions within the first 9 months of 2023. Account maintenance fees alone accounted for a whopping 13.6% of this 755 billion naira. In fact, one bank reportedly collected over 33 billion naira in account maintenance fees alone. God, when? Alright, let's talk about transfer fees. This is another one that you probably experience every day. Electronic fund transfers also come at a cost to the sender. Transfers that are worth 5,000 naira or below get a charge of 10 naira. And if you're transferring between 5,000 naira and 50,000 naira, the transfer cost is 25 naira. If you're transferring above 50,000 naira, that attracts a transfer fee of 50 naira. The interesting thing about these transfer fees is that depending on just how frequent you are making the transfers, they can multiply really quickly. On their own, it seems like a small amount to pay 50 naira. But then as soon as you make a transfer 4 or 5 times, it becomes evidence in your account balance. We did a quick calculation and we took 1 million naira for instance. If you sent 50,000 naira, that's like 20 times. That is 1,000 naira in terms of charges. So It's almost as if you are paying for a current account and you are just paying the account maintenance fee. And if you have that, you pay 1,000 naira twice if you send 50,000 naira 20 times. This is minus the several other charges that you have to pay as well, like the VAT, for instance, which is a smaller fee, but it still adds up. And this brings me to an interesting one. This is another thing that most people complain about. And basically, the central bank allows banks to charge their customers for receiving message alerts for credits, debit alerts and credit alerts. It is also worth noting that you can actually avoid this particular charge by opting out of SMS alerts and only getting email notifications whenever you get a debit or credit. So email notification alerts. The CBN mandates that email notifications carry no charge. However, keep in mind that you will be required to issue an indemnity to your bank. This simply means that if you happen to suffer any loss as a result of not having access to SMS alerts, the bank will not be held responsible for your loss. The last two are interesting. Dormant account fees. When it comes to dormant accounts, some banks that let you have accounts with multiple currencies like dollars, pounds, euros, for instance, they will let you keep your other accounts active as long as your Naira account is active, so the other accounts don't get dormant. However, if the Naira account is dormant alongside the other accounts, you would have to visit the bank to rectify this after a while. It's not necessarily a fee you may just spend on your Uber fare to get there, but I've heard of people being charged a small fee to reactivate their account, but I don't know that is the norm. Again, if you're a banker or you are a customer that has experienced something like this, if you've experienced a dormant account charge, let me know in the comments below. There's also the minimum balance fee, and this also falls into the gray area of whether or not it's a fee. So maintaining a minimum balance is usually for specific accounts that fall into some sort of premium category, some premium tier. Certain types of accounts may have or require a minimum limit, meaning that you cannot have less than maybe 5,000, 10,000 naira on your account at any time. Sometimes that amount is preemptively blocked in your account, so it's there and you even can't access it until you maybe close your account. Well, these are the legitimate fees and charges that we could find for this video, and if you discover that your bank is making any recurrent or maybe unexplained charge on your account, you may want to check the description of the transaction. They will always send a description of the transaction, and also reach out to your bank for clarification on the charges that you see and if they are ambiguous, so that you can avoid significant losses. Sometimes you may even have a lost card or a card that you don't use and they're still charging you. You can always find this and let your bank know to stop that or block your card. Which of these charges have you found in your account, and is there any charge that we missed? Leave a comment below and we'll be right there chatting with you guys. By the way, did you know that Nigerian banks have credit cards? Click here, check out our video on Nigerian banks credit cards, and I'll see you in that video.